Okay, good evening everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is a stock market preview for Friday, December 20th. We're talking about the market and talk about 7 stocks this evening. Kind of an update on some of the trades we talked about on Sunday. So let's dive into it. We got a lot to cover. Okay, the Dow up 11 today. It barely broke to a new high in terms of the intraday high. So it barely took out this high. But the fact that it did means that this cannot be labeled a 1 down here, and we're working a 2 and a 3. We have to now assume that the new direction is up, and that here's 1, here's what I'm thinking is 2, and then I think we're going 3. Now, it's always possible that we are still in some kind of a corrective action, because look over here. You might have thought, well, we got A, B, C, we're done with the correction, we're on to, new highs. No, we were still in a corrective mode. We still corrected. It became a complex correction, okay? And that could happen here, so we're kind of watching to see how it develops, kind of looking for the waves that we're, basically surfing here, riding the waves. Okay, let's take a look at S&P 500. It did not take out the high, so we're still kind of just hanging right below that threshold. The NASDAQ just keeps channeling along, and it did not take out the high either. So the Dow's kind of leading us a little bit here. Same thing with New York Composite. The New York Composite's actually lagging a little bit. This is interesting because back in the summertime, the Dow was lagging, and now it seems to be leading a little bit. Let's look at some of the high-low indicator. Again, it pulled back a little bit today, but there were 72 more new highs than there were new lows. So given the way this actually, see how it pulls back, then it goes up, it pulls back, then I'm expecting another up move. So that's kind of what we're looking for here. It looks like it's trying to turn. The market, the VIX, a little bit of a kind of a reversal bar down here. Don't know whether that's going to hold or not. I mean, we'll time will tell here the next day. If we get a close above the high of this, it might. But it's still pretty low. Okay, we had this sharp sell-off, so it's not really telling us anything new, and that's the thing we're kind of looking for. Is it telling us anything new? Same thing on the short-term trading index. Is it giving us a new signal, telling us something new? No. Okay, blue lines, it's kind of in neutral land in here, okay? So that's it on the market. I want to get into the stocks real quick. I want to look at YNDX. I told you on the 15th I was still holding these calls. I got in on the 4th, and right here 39.85, and wow, we are at 39.68, and they expire tomorrow. So wonderful. I am way underwater. Bought them for 1.3, 130, and they're sitting there worth about 20 bucks right now. Now, here's the thing. This is trending up. This pops above 40. Right here is 40. They're going to be in the money, and they could go. Now, I'll be watching the hourly chart tomorrow to see if I can ride a wave, and hopefully this pops up. If not, I'm going to get, this one you're going to get hurt on. So it's frustrating. I should have got out on this reversal bar. When I saw this reversal bar here, it's pretty negative. I should have got out on it, and instead it hit us with this big down bar. So it's taken a while to recover out of it, but that's the way it goes. That's trading. So let's take a look at Chesapeake. Chesapeake said on Monday or on Sunday to get in on Monday on the close, Friday's close at 27. I got in slightly below that. I actually got in at, I think it was like 26.85 or something like that. It closed below the 10, but we didn't get a close below that low. So we did not get stopped out, and it's pulled back up. It's broken this trend line. I think it's going to go. Again, my target is to get out around 29.16 for an 8% move on the stock. That's what I'm looking for. Apache is one that just developed here recently. I've been watching this sell off, and I was like, okay, where's this thing going? What's it doing? And then all of a sudden yesterday, we got this big reversal bar, okay? And we're getting some divergence in here. This is not as pretty as I would like to see that divergence, not as solid. But we're kind of seeing it on the selling pressure side of the DI minus. So I sat and said, okay, I think this is something to get into. I got in with January calls. I've got 87.5 calls. The 87.5 is the strike price here. Got a nice move up today. I'm really expecting a similar move like this. And like here was a forward plunger type, forward reversal bar. Okay. I would love to just be able to ride that up. Looking to get, if there's a close below the low of this, again, a close below this low, I would exit, and then I'll talk further this weekend about how to do the running stop on this, the trailing stop. Notice how it pulled right back to the top of this gap, okay, where the top of this gap. So that tells me this gap is very, very strong. The buying came back in. And wasn't super high, but it was up close to the 50-day average. So, you know, not too bad. Now I'd like to see this run. So I decided to go ahead and try to play that one. We did not talk about it on the weekend. Let's talk about CTRP.com. This is the travel. This is kind of like for China, travel like Expedia or Priceline for China. Okay, I saw this close, the 10s crossed the 20. I got a close above the 10 and a higher close above the 10, and I thought, okay, that looks pretty solid. So at that close yesterday, 48.39, if you would have waited to get in this morning, it would have opened at 48.02 and traded a little bit lower today. So I'm calling this a buy signal. Again, you can either do an initial stop of 1.5 times an average true range and set up specific price point, or you can do like I've talked, where you do where it closes below the 10 and you get a close below the low of that. Now actually it didn't close below the 10 there today either. So anyway, that's a new trade initiation. Let's talk about the next one is CREE. CREE is the LED light company. Okay, so again, I had said on Sunday, looking to buy on a close greater than the 10 exponential moving average. That happened on the 17th at 57.71. Okay, that's the closing price. So either you get in right near the close, right at the close, or the first thing the next morning. Hasn't done a whole lot, but it's suspiciously looking like this formation. It just is looking like this. So I'm really wondering, are we going to get a big pop to the upside? That would be pretty interesting. So that's my call. I'm not in that one, but that's my call on that one. In Solar City. Okay, Solar City, I had said, looking at a buy on a close greater than 53.19. We got that today. A better trade would have been when you got the close above the 10 here and a confirming close the very next day, higher than that close. That would have been the perfect time to get in at 52.79. Let's call this an entry at 56.90 today's close. I'm a little nervous about the big bar, honestly. I'm just going to tell you right now. I mean, it does make me nervous. It's a big bar, but I think we got a wave here. I think we're in the 5th wave and we're launching off. So let's see how we go. And the other one I wanted to mention real quick is Hewlett-Packard was another one I had talked about. I had talked about a reversal play up here and had said sell at 27.61 close and then use a close on a prior bar high. Actually, I exited here, yeah, on higher than the previous high, exited here. So basically it was a wash. This trade would have been a wash. 16 cents gain. So that's nothing. I think that's it for tonight. So we'll see. Let's pray for my YNDX. Anyway, hopefully that will turn out okay. And we'll talk to you guys this weekend. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great Friday. This has been Joe for Beyond the Chart. And oh, by the way, click on this note on the screen. Get my free ebook. Hey, the money you save will be your own.